Okay, so I'm glad Mr. Ozawa is back and all. What's his plan exactly? Like, what he got in mind? Honestly, I wish they just showed us what he's planning to do or what he had in mind. Cause, like I said in my last video, they're gonna need like a 300 IQ plan in order to trick All For One. Cause the only thing that's been stuck in my head is the fact that in the last episode, All For One mentioned how he has more than one route, more than one plan, more than one way, path, you know, anything to get what he wants. So the fact that Mr. Ozawa proposed a plan and they didn't want to reveal that to us, and of course the others are stating that this might work and all that, it must mean it's something that might actually work after all. Because I was worried in my last video that like whatever they plan to do, it probably is not gonna work at all, honestly. In the meeting room, when they had the secret meeting, it seems like they were kind of showing a glimpse of Mr. Ozawa's plan. I mean, they didn't mention his name at all, or he wasn't even in the meeting at all. So I don't know if this is anything based on what he thought of earlier or what he told earlier in the episode. But of course, it's obvious you have to split All For One and Shigaraki apart and basically any other villain apart in order for them to have a chance. Because one-on-one, just facing one of them is already tough enough, but facing both together, especially when they're closer and closer into sharing the same mind, the same brain, the same way of thinking, the same battle tactics, they probably don't have to say what they're doing next. They could just think and they know what the other person's doing next, so they could synchronize their attacks that way. But man, honestly, Dabi is like the X factor for the villains. Like whatever he does is gonna tilt the balance of the war, honestly. Like yeah, they were saying earlier, yeah, they have to try and separate Shigaraki and All For One, but whatever Dabi does could like shake up their whole plan, especially since he could take out most of the heroes himself too. But honestly, it's pretty obvious on how to get Dabi to position whatever you want him to be at. Really, you just need to get his father and Todoroki to go to a certain location and he'll probably be there, honestly. Now I wonder what they're gonna do with Ayama. I think that's how you say his name, but I wonder what they're gonna do with him, because Mr. Ozawa said he has a big plan for him. He's basically the vital piece in all of this, but of course he's not gonna be alone in doing this. His classmates, his friends is gonna be there, but it looks like he does have to talk to All For One and lie to him, because I think that's probably the whole reason why Mr. Ozawa is trying to pinpoint the fact that he's scared and he's afraid, and he's trying to calm his nerves and show that he has support with all his friends, because I'm assuming All For One could probably sense any type of fear or nervousness in whoever he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the case. So in order for him to do his part, he kind of have to decrease that fear as much as possible, especially if his role is to talk to All For One and give him false information or anything along those terms. So yeah, they only have like a week to prepare, and this episode is really just a preparation, or the planning phase I should say, on what they could possibly do to gain the advantage against the villains, especially since they know they have at least a week to prepare. I'm curious to know like what you guys think is, at least for the ones who haven't read the manga, what you guys think is like the actual plan for Aoyama and the others. Like what exactly is he gonna do against All For One? I'm assuming he's gonna talk to him, you know, as if he's an ally still. Because here's the thing too, right? The fact that the others were saying, like the police officers and all that, like the higher ups of the UA school were saying that this might work and all, and the fact that they didn't want him to hear the plan, it makes me wonder too, like why do they believe in the plan that it might potentially work, especially if it might be that they have to rely on Ayama to execute the plan. And what is the reason why they even cover his ears so he doesn't hear the plan? I wonder what the reason is. Maybe because he's such an X factor that it might like blow his mind if he finds out how crucial he is, or anything, or maybe because of how much fear that was collected after being figured out as the traitor, that maybe if he heard the plan it would probably taken him out, and it would be too much fear and build up at one time to really put the plan into motion, you know? Because I'm assuming eventually he has to like he has to know what the plan is, so that's probably the whole purpose of the end, to calm his nerves down, and then he will know what the plan is. But enough of that, let's talk about All For One, because I wonder what his other plans are, because he's talking about infinite amount of plans he got to reach his goal. So I wonder what he got up his sleeve, what allies that we don't know about that he has under control. there might be others that are part of the heroes that he has as allies and we just don't know about. I don't know if it's because this is how smart All For One is, or it's just his personality, or he's just naturally confident, but he just never looks worried ever about failing. He always looks confident in that no matter what, he's gonna achieve his goal. Even when he lost to All Might back in season 3, like, it never shaken his confidence at all, and I see why now. So it's tough for me to doubt him honestly, regardless of what the heroes come up with. It is so hard for me to doubt what All For One is gonna do. So let me know your thoughts on this episode. Do you think All For One should be worried at all about any of their plans from the heroes? Do you think Ayama is able to execute whatever plan they got for him? Do you think the plan is actually gonna work at all against All For One in the first place? This is like always just preparation at this point. Maybe the next episode is probably gonna be the same thing. Hopefully, I wonder what's the episode that's gonna like really start the war. Probably next episode or episode after. Hopefully it's the episode after, like this is episode 4, so hopefully by episode 6 we're starting the actual battle. But yeah, let's have a discussion in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.